Hi folks, I'm Steve Judd. I'm a professional astrologer and this is my take on 2011 from a global perspective for everyone. The basic astrology, first of all, the underwriting influence over 2011 is the upcoming square between Pluto and Uranus, which doesn't hit properly till 2012-2013. Last time this happened was 1930 to 33. It saw the stock market crash, it saw the rise of the fascism. This time around it's a bit different. It's the precursor to world government, world communication and the dominance of the internet, I suspect. But that's in the background. That's the underlying push over the coming 2 or 3 years. Neptune changed sign this year. It moves into Pisces along with Chiron. So there is seemingly perhaps a decrease in the emphasis on the resource wars, on the oil situation, and perhaps more a push into issues around water, because Pisces is very much the water sign. So I do anticipate water to be the underlying fuel and resource for the coming couple of years. And the sooner we learn how to, coming 14 years actually, and the sooner we learn how to power fuel with fusion from seawater, the better. Saturn's in Libra and he's not giving that many people that much grief. Jupiter's going to whiz through Aries, which is going to affect a lot of people, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, over the period of February through to May. But with all of these outer planets, there's certain times of aspects that jump out, and most of them are in the first 6 months of the year. Particularly, I'm focusing on the time of January 2011, when Jupiter moves into Aries, and March 2011, when Uranus moves into Aries. At the same time as Pluto's really active in Capricorn. And this suggests to me that January through to early March is a time of major economic, global, political and social unrest. That it's likely to be the start of permanent and fundamental changes to the way we manage our society. I'm going to suggest that the power of government states, of nation states and of corporate blocs is beginning to crumble. And that now that we have a system of artificial intelligence which links us all with the internet, this is only the hardware precursor to the software of a more consciousness interface that's building at an empathic and intuitive level across planet. And we're going to see more and more evidence of this as we get into 2011. And I do feel that in the first few months of the year there's going to be a large amount of unrest, because old systems are collapsing and new systems are forming, but they're embryonic. It's only as we move into June that I see things as calming down. From June onwards, there's a more helpful energy around, which is geared much more to productive, economic, financial, not just stability, but growth. But I don't see us as getting out of the mess till we're into June, and certain trigger points are going to be very reflective. Bearing in mind I'm recording this at the end of December, when during December and January there's huge developments going on globally. I anticipate major changes in the way finances are structured, and the stock markets and the bank interactions with the stock markets are structured over 2011. And there's going to be some type of war in 2011, which is going to be different to any type of warfare before. The days of warfare being fought with guns and soldiers and even rockets and missiles is rapidly coming to an end. The warfare is coming onto the web. We're seeing the first of the data wars at the end of 2010. With WikiLeaks. This is going to become more and more of a feature, and I do anticipate much more of an autonomous interaction with the internet being available to all citizens all around the world in a very short space of time. China, watch out. Politically, I'm going to take a chance here. I'm recording this in December 2010, folks, right? So if you're watching this in September, October 2011, and I've got it way wrong, I'm an astrologer, what can I say? Politically, Barack Obama's chart is not looking too bad. I think that he's going to go from strength to strength. Sarah Palin strikes big in 2012, but her horoscope is so exaggerated. It's just not going to work for her. In the UK, the coalition is unlikely to last. I would be surprised if it is still in place by the end of March. I think there's going to be defections. I think that the whole UK political system is going to change. I think that there's going to be a number of major developments at the UK political level that's going to change things forever, and the repercussions from this will go through the world. I don't see the European Union in its current state as surviving that much longer. I do anticipate Germany breaking away with possibly a couple of other countries and forming like a super Euro, or Euro 1 and Euro 2. The Euro in its current state is not going to work, and it will fail before the start of June. Right, that's politics, economics and war. Let's talk about social. Social changes in 2011 are going to become much more, there's going to be far more focus on individual human rights. We're going to see things develop at a social level that are going to disempower large government ways of managing populations. There's going to be much more freedom of healthcare as a human right being demanded across the globe. I think here the British model is going to be adopted in America, much to many people's chagrin, but hey, that's the way it's going to go. And I think that the exponential increase of new, almost nano-style technology is going to take over the health markets. I feel that there's going to be such a reliance on cyber in the coming year that it's almost as if we're accelerating into a future where cyborg and robot become almost commonplace. The first 5 months of 2011 are going to see incredible changes at the economic, political and social level. Don't try and make sense of it, just dance with it and go with it. There's no point in fighting it. There's no point in clinging to old, worn out structures of organisation. We're moving into the 21st century now, and only those who are strong enough to take advantage of the new opportunities and go with the current mood will be able to profit and gain at a, and when I say profit, I don't mean money, I mean personal growth and success. By the time we're into June, it's a much calmer time, and then we can reassess and reevaluate for a good 8 or 9 months until we get to the spring of 2012, and then we get to the meaty end of the Uranus-Pluto square. But we'll deal with that next year. For 2011, have an active first 5 months of the year. And then have a gainful second 7 months of the year. Hopefully, see you in some shape or form on the other side. Have a great year. Tags. Monthly tag. Hi folks, I hope you found that both informative and helpful. I am a professional astrologer. I'm the only astrologer in the UK with a high street office. I subsist entirely on doing readings for members of the public. So if you want your astrology read, if you want your horoscope done, if you want me to look at issues around astrocartography, where you live on the planet, if you want me to match your chart against your partners in terms of synastry and composite, anything you want from an astrological perspective, I'm your man. This is what I do. Have a look at my website on the services page, www.stevejudd.com. You'll find out everything I do. And if you want to take a bit of a chance, you can find me at the Caustic Astrologer. This is my radio show where I'm a little bit less sensitive than I normally am. Let's put it that way. So the Caustic Astrologer, twice a month, glastonburyradio.com. Have a great year, folks. See you on the other side.